3.1 Practice and Research. The third of my practitioners is Julian Roberts. He is a mixed media fashion and textile designer, and the way he works is his dyslexia. He works with what is known as confusing opposites. So his left, his right, his back, his front, or the idea of inside and outside. Now, this particular practitioner has gone on to devise a pattern cutting technique, which is known as subcontraction pattern cutting. This is quite a phenomenal piece of research because it had opened up new doors of basically freehand pattern cutting to visionary, or to have a visualization of pictures in the mind of a garment or a shape that you would cut out on a flat piece of fabric to then turn into a three-dimensional structure. I've looked at several videos online and I've researched his information of how he works, and he goes on to teach this across the world. And it's about pattern cutting shapes and movement and using space and distance, and then actually constructing three-dimensional garments that layer and give shape to the body. But he also works on the idea that the body is a vessel within the pattern cutting, and it has connotations of traits of dyslexia, but also dyspraxia. He doesn't measure, and he just visually free maps out a pattern from a picture in his mind. Now, I think it's interesting how through this research that I've been able to start to resonate and relate to some of the way that I learn and the way that I see things. And through this research, I actually do get it. I get how this idea actually works. He also talks about how to cut shape and how shape will fall, how some of the shapes in the pattern cutting are connected and disconnected. But the one overlap that I have pulled together, that so far with these practitioners, the practitioner from Comme des Garçons, Henry Franks and Julian Roberts, they're actually producing objects that have non-verbal communication. And I think this is an interesting concept because I now see that it starts to resonate with my communication ideas on Braille and Morse code. And it's also started to make me think about possible ideas of sign language. So I think what is starting to come out of this in-depth research is that dyslexia is such a visual idea in its responses to design ideas and to textile responses, that we are actually now starting to communicate to our audience so far with a product that is three-dimensional, that will hopefully open up new learning for our audience.